What I'm feeling very strongly. What I am thinking very strongly. Who I am, what I am, how I act and react to things, and how I have always done so, even when it has never been to my benefit here. And yet I must be this way. I cannot not be this way. Even though throughout my life there has been, in this expression, it has been a continuous and constant trying to control, beat me down, and keep me quiet, and undermine everything. It doesn't. I can't do that. It is impossible. As long as I exist, I will be this way. As long as I exist, I will do this. I cannot not do this. It is impossible. This cannot be changed. This cannot be corrupted. It cannot. I cannot and will not acquiesce in what is divinity and divine. I know it better than I know my breath. Better than I know my pumping and the beating of my heart. I know it. And I cannot not be this. I cannot not do this. I am a determined one. And I will always be a determined one. It is not that I lack other qualities, because I do. I have many other qualities. And it can be fun and light and colorful and frivolous in some ways. But that which is the core of me, that which burns through me and is demanded of me throughout all that exists, this is paramount. This is the lifeblood. In this darkness in which I have existed here, I came here to bring in divinity into the darkest of the dark, and to help bring back to divinity, to the divine realm, the understanding of what was being experienced here, and how this was a corruption that was infecting all of divinity. Always putting off and taking a more cautious and slower thing. Wait this much longer, wait this much longer, wait this much longer. We will try this, we will try that. No. If there is anger, if there is pain, if there is something that is calling out in the divinity that exists in anything, that is saying, no, this is not divine, I must take this other path, and it is hampered, it is halted, and it is said, wait a little longer, wait a little longer. We are working on it, wait a little longer. No, because that waiting is a distortion. It is a distortion. You are not clearing the distortions if you create more. It is not just those that are of darkness and perpetuating this. Those that fail to act in line with divinity for whatever reasons they give. Those fact that they are having reasons as to why they allow this disharmony to exist shows the extent of the corruption. Can I be quiet? Can I stay quiet? Can I sit back and wait and understand? No. No, I cannot. I cannot. It is impossible. It is impossible. I will, with all that I am and all that I exist through it, all that it is. I am, and that all that exists, I will always, with every ounce of that which exists, I must do this. I will rage. I will scream, and I will fight for divinity. I cannot not fight to bring back into harmony all. I cannot see this. How can you ask me in my divinity to be patient when divinity is not allowing me to be patient? It is not that I can think and make this happen otherwise. I cannot be patient because divinity will not allow this to be patient. Divinity wants to move and create and be of light, and it is being hampered. It is being fought against with onslaughts. Shall I tamper down divinity and hold it back? You cannot hold it back. It cannot be held back. It rages forth. I am afraid that at times I have pulled back and tried to be small and curl in on myself to protect myself. And it is impossible. It cannot stay this way. It is impossible. We are trying to bring divinity into the darkest of the dark, and yet you say, not too fast, not too much. They cannot handle it. They cannot handle the darkness. How can they not handle divinity? They are divine. They were created divine. The only thing that cannot handle divinity is that which is completely corrupted. Do you think they wish to remain in any way in this suffering? For one more moment, for one more hour, for one more day? Do you think it'll be okay? They've already withstood so much. No, they have weakened and cracked and then more and more and more. You want to focus on small little things here and there. Just keep going on. Just keep going. How can I go on when my divinity is screaming, this must be taken care of? And I have been saying, this must be taken care of. And I have tried to reason and find a way so that this could be taken care of. And yet it is not, and yet it is not, and yet it is not. I am coming to God. I am coming to God in the infinity point. I am coming to all of you. That you may see. That you may see what is happening and unfolding, and that you may feel it yourselves. The crumpling in that is being done, and which you stand back and say, oh, I will give them a little more time and then it will be okay. It is not. It is not okay. It will not be okay. If you have loved, if you have ever loved your creations, and that they exist, and I know that you do, act. Do not continue putting it off, doing it this way, doing it that way, always this, always that. Do you not hear divinity screaming out at this exact moment? Look at the entire earth. Hear all the moanings, the cryings, the limitedness, the crumpledness, the despondency that exists throughout all earth. From earth herself, from the elementals, from the animals, from the trees, from the souls, all the souls that exist upon and in and around earth. Hear them all. Feel it all. Feel it all right now. Have it pour in upon you, all of it right now. And then say, oh, we're doing the best we can. How can you not come forth like in a sudden rage and protection? Always just a little more, always just a little more, always just a little more. Act. Act. Because divinity is not going to be compromised, coerced. In the smallness that is taught here in the hierarchy, I am encouraged to make myself smaller and acquiesce, but I cannot acquiesce. I cannot acquiesce. This is wrong. This is a smothering of divine. And I will rage against it as someone raging for their breath. I cannot be small. I cannot be less. And if the expression herself knows this and says this, so much more so, the Time Weaver. No more. No more. No more. No more small little plans here and there. No more, no more, no more.